Warframe has endless topics. To invade or not to invade? That's the question. Taking on one topic at a time, welcome to Tenno Prime. And welcome to the 12th episode of Tenno Prime Inglorious Topic. Oh my god, I don't know anymore. Last week we weren't there with Inglorious Topic. That means that you weren't able to listen to number 12, which is this time it's number 12. But that was because we are rebranding it. Inglorious Topic is no more. Now it's being called Tenno Prime because we're getting some huge changes to this series. However, this time we're still back to the old format. The only thing that has changed is the name. It's no longer Inglorious Topic, it's Tenno Prime. But exactly everything else is the exact same. That means that we're going to talk about one topic. And we're gonna have the video of the week, but above all, we're gonna have a hell of an amazing guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Warframe Twitch streamer DaBears1337.
Hello everyone, thanks for letting me be part of this topic.
How are you, man? How are you doing?
Oh, really good. And you?
I'm doing great. We've done a bit of streaming yesterday. You joined us with some PvP. Streaming wasn't Twitch, by the way, so don't freak out that you've missed it on your sub feed because it wasn't there. But you do a lot more streaming, so how does your streaming look like?
Yeah, it's primarily just plain gameplay. I always try to answer everything that the community is asking for, so I'm kind of just helping out where I can help out.
One thing I think is really amazing about your streams is that you stream both German and English, because you're a streamer from Germany, mastering two languages. That I think is amazing. So how do you do that? Do you get a lot of German viewers or a lot of English viewers? How does that go? And what do you do when you got both of them in one stream?
Yeah, my primary audience is German right now. I still try to get an English one, a bigger one at least, since the German Twitch community for Warframe is kinda small. But it goes quite well, and if someone shows up who is an English speaker and can't understand German, I will just start to speak German. I mean English.
And the German viewers are alright with that because they also understand English, or do you need to translate it for them then?
It depends. Most of my German viewers actually understand English, so there hasn't been any problems yet.
Okay, so in case they wanna watch this, I was gonna ask you if you were able to do the subtitles for this, but since they all understand English, that's something you don't have to do anymore. Saves you a couple of hours. But let's get right into the topic of today. Now, I'm gonna pull up the topic in front of me because today we've got quite an interesting topic again. It's a topic where this show is based upon a topic that's far in the obscurity that no one is talking about. But that's mighty interesting. So today we're gonna talk about why invasions have become great again. Invasions have always been this kind of mission that was there, but no one did it because there was no incentive to do it. Now they are valid again. In the past, you would have no reason to do an invasion. There was no good reward for it, no credit reward that was any decent. There was no field run or something like that. Blah blah blah. But that's why would you do them? Nothing affected the entire node. If the Grenier one of the Corpus one, there was nothing to it, so why would you do them? There would never be anyone in there. However, now, it turns out that if you do invasions, there is a tab that says Fomorian and Razorback Armada, something like that. And if you fight for the Grenier or for the Corpus, the side that wins, that they will get a bit of construction on their big project, which will later on affect the game. Which means that invasions have come to mean something again, and especially with the addition of the special event weapons blueprints in there, which have been taken out of the sorties, we finally get to have some more reason to go into the invasions. So, DaBears, what are your thoughts on this?
I think the new system regarding the Razorback Armada and the Fomorian ship are quite amazing. Also, the thing with the weapon blueprints and weapon parts is also really good. It's really gives players more reasons to do the invasions. Earlier it was just the free faction-based resources that you could primarily farm there, along with some other things like the infested NAV coordinates or the credits. But it's really good right now, but I think there could still be some improvements.
And what kind of improvements do you see or do you propose to it?
It's still kind of repetitive since you have got to do the invasions at least 3 times. And I think it should just be a single mission, but a much bigger one. It should be connected, like for example you aren't just doing an exterminate, you could just go into the enemy ship and disable the weaponry system and such things. It would just connect multiple objectives to do. So it would also bring up changes. So it's just not a normal crossfire mission.
Well, speaking of it being a normal crossfire mission, I have in the past I've done the invasions when they were part of Gratifers. After that, when they came into the game, you got these amazing big rewards of 25,000 credits, which we've never seen before. I did them as well, and then there were just really these crossfire missions, these exterminate ones. But recently, I've come to do them again, because we had these special blueprints on, and I needed some filter on, and I think it's amazing that we finally get to see some meaning to it. But it's no longer just exterminate. We also have mobile defense, capture. We even have defense and survival missions where you're being assisted by the faction you choose and you fight the other one. So that's rather interesting. And I'll get back to this multiple mission mode later. Personally, I do feel that this is a very, very good addition to the system. Because before we would have that every node that was won by one of the factions that was that belonged to the faction that won it, which turned out that at some point almost the entire galaxy was owned by the Grenier, to which the ESA like, wait, we're not gonna do this anymore, and there would just be no result to it, and that really made it lose its. You didn't have any immersion in it. That was nothing that made you feel that whatever you're doing now is affecting the galaxy. So no one did it. So if you wanted to do it, you went in there and there was no one, and it was all boring and plain boring. But now we do see the Fomorian the Razorback, and we finally get to. It finally gets to mean something again, which I do feel is really great. But it was rather obscure, this change. Did you hear about it?
The changes regarding the Razorback Armada and the Fomorian ship?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I already heard about them. I think they were introduced around the War Within.
Because
Yeah, what?
Yeah, look it up. I'll cover the silence. Because I hadn't noticed it until like a couple of days ago when I was sitting there. On my face it was like, oh, construction status. What does that mean? And there's like a Fomorian there. A Razorback Armada. Now we know the Fomorian from the one thing that destroys up all the relays until we decide that we should get off our lazy asses and kill it. But the Razorback Armada, I've never seen that before come up in any way.
I think there was a tactical alert earlier. I mean, there certainly was one. The Razorback is just a bigger version of the Jackal. It's quite fun to fight against it, and I would certainly be excited for it to come back. It also brought some nice mods.
Yeah, I know the Razorback. That was what you say, the bigger version of the Jackal we had to fight during the Divine Will event starting this year. But the Razorback Armada, I don't know if that means that some special version of it or whatever, but I've never seen that before. I don't know what's gonna do. I know that Fomorians are gonna be something that are gonna be entirely community related, because we as the Warframe community need to defend our relays, but I don't know what the Razorback is gonna do. I have
I'm
no
not
idea.
quite sure about it, but I think if PC and console platforms are merged regarding this construction status, this could maybe be meant with the Armada, so that every platform gets a Razorback as soon as the construction status is at 100%. There could also be just a possibility that the Razorbacks are just split out on the entire solar system, so there are multiple tactical alerts for it.
Now, I've never seen the Armada. I don't know what that means, because not just the Razorback. I've looked on the wiki, and the wiki doesn't say anything about the Razorback Armada. It just says something about the Razorback.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it right now as well, and it doesn't say anything about them being added, or the Razorback or the Fomorians being added to Invasion. So it's so obscure, but it's so nice to see this, and no one is paying attention to it. I'm kind of baffled here.
Yeah, I really don't have any ideas about the Armada though. I mean, everyone knows the Razorback by now, but there hasn't been an Armada before.
No. So currently on PC he is in the lead. The co-opers are by far in the lead. So I expect that within a while we are going to see the Razorback Armada coming up, which will be very interesting. And I think that that may spark the enthusiasm of people to finally go do even more of the invasions. That will be great. But until then, it's kind of waiting. But have you found already when they were introduced?
What exactly?
The this change to the invasions. Were you looking that up? Or not?
I don't get what you read right now.
No, I thought you were looking up about the changes when they were put in. If that was with the War Within update or not.
Just a second, I'll try to find time.
I'll I'll cover the silence again. I'm currently also doing PvP because I need to complete that challenge, and we only have about 1 hour left. God, this is hard.
So yeah, I'm not quite sure. I can't. Yeah, there it is. I think. Yeah, there's both a repair and refresh to the invasion system. The following changes and additions have been made. That's right here. So there have been some changes regarding the mission types which are available. Vandal and Grave weapons can be gotten as a reward. There are also particular evasion nodes which will change every 15 minutes. And as we have already noted, there are the progress bars for every faction to lead to a faction specific event and such stuff.
I do feel that's really nice because I want to see more events. We don't have had many events this year, have we?
Yeah, the amount of events went quite down the past years. I mean, when I started playing Warframe, there has almost always been an event around, and I think last year we only had about 1 or 2 events. I mean, 2016, not last year.
Well, the year before we also didn't have a lot of events, to be honest. I remember that back in January this year, a lot of people were saying, let's hope that this year will bring quite some more events, because we've had not a lot of them. And then we started off with the Fine Will, I think. We had the Acolytes. Yeah, that was an event.
Yeah, that was Shadow Depth.
Shadow Depth, and what else did we have?
Just look it up. The Refuge, False Prophet, Shadow Depth. I think those were the 3 we have got this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think Eyes of Blight came 2015 by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have got 3 events.
That's not a lot. That's really not a lot.
Yeah.
Then we also have a Fomorian that came back this year.
Yeah, the Fomorians came back, but
Yeah,
there
it's like
hasn't been a certain time for it. It just randomly happened for a weekend.
yeah.
And it also brought back the Imperator Vandal, which is quite good for new players to get a weapon.
I have to say I like the Fomorians coming back. I just hope that we also get to do something with the relays again, build up the broken relays that were shot to pieces, not just only lose them.
Yeah, maybe just not only build them up, maybe just put in something else than the standard relay has. I mean, we've got Varus Bazaar, which is also just a destroyed relay. Maybe the other relays could change to something alike.
Yeah, or something we can build up as a community, just dump all the resources that we can and build a relay with everyone else.
That would be amazing.
However, currently as it stands, no one really knows about this change to the invasions. At least, I don't think anyone really is aware of that. This is currently going on. It's so sad that this hasn't gone with a bang. Like, oh man, we've gotten this change to the sorties sorties to invasions right now. Come on, guys, let's do this. No one really is bothering with it. It's also why the timers are going so slow. But then again, I also think that the rewards. Yes, we do have some of the Wraith and Vandal weapons coming in now and then. So little. I don't know. When was the last time you've seen one?
What did you just say? Sorry.
Well, an invasion with two of the offend weapons, the Wraith and Vandal ones.
Ah, alright. I think I've seen one about 2 or 3 days ago.
3 days ago? Really?
Yeah, it was, there wasn't the error part, as far as I know, and something else. I don't remember it exactly. But the thing is, although we got the new, I mean, we've got the new system, but it doesn't really bring something for the old players of Warframe. It's just something for the newer players to catch up. So the Warframe players which have been in for quite some time won't really do it because it just doesn't give them that much benefits, or just it isn't really of use for them.
Well, I remember that we had the offend with the Carrick Rave and the Derek Vandal, and we got one of them, and I think I'm still missing one of them. So it was rather great because I at that time when they were out in the sorties, I didn't do a lot of sorties. So bored by them. But the last time I've seen one of these blueprints has been weeks ago, to be honest. I feel that they should spawn possibly a bit more.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, we have got about 3 different invasions ever since the update, with the certain Wraith and Vandal parts. So I really think there should be around 1 or 2 per week, instead of just 3 about once a month.
But speaking of adding something in for veteran players, who already have those weapons, we've got this new Warframe coming in, the Nidius.
Nidus, yeah, the infested Warframe.
Would it be possible for him to drop on infested invasions?
It could be possible. I mean,
how would you feel about that?
I think if they rework for it, the infested boss, that could work out, but
well,
I think he would be introduced with a quest instead of just plainly dropping from an easy boss.
Well, currently he's Forward is already dropping Nyx, so I was more thinking about putting him in the reward table of the invasion rewards. But then that's not gonna work. you rather want something good on the Grineer and Corpus one. But yeah, we do need better rewards on there.
Yes, no, for sure.
319, 4 months. What? Put them in the patience. But yeah, maybe if we tweak the rewards a bit, that invasions will become more interesting. Do again. But I'm very excited to see what the Razorback Amanda is gonna bring.
Yep.
I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I don't really know what the. Let me look up what the Fine Will was about. If that was just about, oh, kill this boss so many times. I think that was it. Because if that's it, I mean, what kind of...
Wasn't Divine Will the thing with the... Oh no, wait, that was False Prophet with the give and tolerate never you made.
Let me see, the Fine Will. Upon starting the mission, no. The Fine Will was just a tactical alert where you had Bursas and Hyena spawn. And then you get the Razorback. You did get the Cicero Crisis mods on there. Mutilous Incursions mods. So maybe it will just be that, like, oh, people, you can now get the mods. But if you compare that to a Fomorian, which is threatening a relay, I feel that the Razorback will have to bring a lot more than that, than just showing up like, hey guys, you can farm me right now. Whereas a Fomorian is like, we need so many people in this amount of time or the relay will blow up. So I'm interested to see that. But speaking of what you said at the start with the missions and how they're boring because you have to do 3 missions in a row. I do feel that they could use a bit of improvement.
Yeah, absolutely think so too. I mean, I already said it. The missions should be merged together with more objectives. Just there should be a big difference between the normal missions and invasions. It shouldn't be a mobile defense and such just between 2 factions, and one is assisting you. That's way too easy. And regarding the rewards, there should also be a rework for this.
Yeah, we just touched upon the rewards. I have to say, on the one hand, I like the additional missions in there, like a mobile defense and a defense. No, I don't like a defense. I don't like a capture. I don't like a defense because that takes me 10 waves. But it makes a little less sense than an Exterminate, where the Exterminate really was like, will you assist the Grineer into capturing this Corpus node and kill all the Corpus on the node so you will win it for the Grineer, or will you assist the Corpus to kill all the Grineer that are invading the node? Now it's like, will you assist the Grineer in invading this node by just sitting around hacking some computers? Yeah, fine, I'll do it. I mean, yeah. I would like it if it was a dynamic mission. If invasions would become dynamic missions where it was like, you charge in with this Grineer squad, you charge into a Corpus node, you gotta kill all the Corpus into a certain tile set. So you gotta kill like the first 100 Corpus that show up. Once you've exterminated them, then you gotta go into the computer to hack the main doors to progress into there, and then you gotta move on and kill the rest of them. Or you've gotta capture the commander so the Grineer can take over the rest of the node. Something like that. That you get the free missions, but you give reason to them. Why people are supposed to do them. Connect that would be amazing. Having dynamic missions, multiple objectives, that one long mission that feels like you're really invading the node or defending the node, where you're first exterminating, then defending a certain point, and then you're hijacking something within the Grineer ship to make sure that it will not.
I just imagine it's something like you get to a Grineer ship, you have to defend it first, so you kill all the Corpus which are already inside the Grineer ship. Then you go and activate the defensive systems of this Grineer ship, and afterwards you just go into the Corpus ship exterminates all the corpus right there, deactivate the weaponry system, and maybe kill some kind of commander. As the entire mission, I mean, that's really different from all the missions we have got so far.
Yeah.
And I really think it would be way more fun to play.
I would at least do the mission no matter what the reward, because I've been so long waiting for dynamic missions, multiple objectives. Anyway, now it's time to move on. Unless you have something to add to it.
Nothing.
Cool. It's time to move on to the video of the week, because in Tenno Prime we still have the video of the week, which is well, you can choose the bears, because I always let the guests choose. We got 3 nominees, which are number 1 we have Crash on This with the Warframe Registered Loser song. On number 2 we have Crash on This with the Warframe Registered Loser song, and number 3 is Crash on This with the Warframe Registered Loser song. So which one of the 3 is it gonna be?
I think I might take option 4, which is Crash on This with the Registered Loser song.
Nice. Good choice. Would you care to explain your choice?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just came to my mind out of nowhere.
Nice. Well, this song it's so amazing. It's been 2 weeks since it came out with the Registered Losers, the Warframe Registered Losers by Rebecca, and some people really took it to the next level, and some people even complained about it. I didn't care, because it's just fun. We could laugh about it, and then Crash on This came with this amazing song, which I really feel. The link will be in the description, and of course it's one of those songs I constantly play in my streams. And then speaking of streams, let's end with whatever way you like. Can promote your. Go ahead, the bears, and the stream, the podcast.
Don't really know what to say, so
go
if
follow him.
If you have got anything to say about the invasions, just let us know your opinion and just put it down below in Inglorious comment box.
Yeah, if you sure, that's actually right. I kind of forgot about that, but yeah, let us know what you think about invasions. What do you think is going to happen to them? What do you think the Razorback Armada is going to be? Armada, whatever, the Razorback thing. But that's going to happen. When will we see this? And what do you think about the changes coming up in invasions? And should we update them? I thank DaBears1337 so much for joining in. And really check out that link in the description, which will lead to his Twitch channel. I'll be hanging out quite sometimes when he is streaming. So let's hang out and enjoy his stream. And I'll see you all later.